Hello, hello, ladies. I hope everybody is in here. I'm so sorry about that. I had to make sure I had all my spaces connected. Thank you guys so much for being here this evening, y'all. This is part two of the vow. So say hi to me. Let me know where y'all watching from. Let me know where y'all tuned in from. Hey, everybody. I got a couple different guys. So I hope y'all can hear me. I got one going on my YouTube channel. I have one on my Facebook page, and I have one over on my Girl Talk Inc. business page. So let me know if y'all can hear me and see me. Just give me a thumbs up. Let me know y'all hear me. Let me know y'all see me. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm so excited. This is week two. This is week two. Sorry, y'all. My daughter peeks in on me. If y'all know, I got a 2-year old, or sorry, I have a 3-year old and a 5-year old, and they don't give mama no peace. So y'all might hear a little TV in the background. Y'all might hear a little something. But I promise y'all that we're going to be here. I'm so excited. I'm just so very excited, y'all. This has just been a time for me. I'm going to make sure that all you ladies are in here. I'm going to give everybody some time to get logged in and checked in. I'm so excited. So excited. Let's see here. Make sure everybody is in here. Okay. All right. I guess y'all all are in here. Y'all just let me know where y'all tuned in from, where y'all watching. Time to get logged in and checked in. Sorry, y'all. That's my tuned in from. Where y'all watching. Time to get logged in and checked in. Sorry, y'all. I got several iPads and everything going. So I'm so excited, y'all, for another episode of The Vow. So this is part two, and we're talking about love languages this week, y'all. And I'm so excited to be talking about love languages. But we got to back up because last week we took the vow. Last week I gave you guys some homework to do and some things to get y'all started to go into this week as we start talking about love languages. And I know that you ladies were faithful and y'all did y'all homework and y'all loved on yourself this week. So you guys were supposed to write down 5 things about yourself, 5 positive characteristics about yourself that you admire or that you love about yourself. So I want you guys to drop those in the comments. Let me know the 5 things. And if you wasn't here last week, go ahead and drop them in the comments this week. Just think about it really quickly. I want you guys to think of 5 positive attributes about yourself that you enjoy. And then I had you guys take it a step further and give me 5 attributes about a spouse or a significant other, or maybe a friend that you find that you would need in those people. So 5 attributes about yourself and 5 attributes about your partner. And if you're on a rush, you can give me 3, but I just want to see them in the comments. And let me see if I can see my comments. Yep, I absolutely can see my comments. So y'all go ahead and drop them in the comments while I'm getting started. I'm gonna get my notes together while y'all dropping those in the comment. But I'm so excited to be here. This week was so refreshing. As you guys know, Valentine's Day just passed here on Tuesday. And it was just incredible, y'all. Like my husband just always goes out for me every year. He always goes out for me during the weeks too. So it's not, all the months and days leading up to Valentine's Day. He's always looking out for me. But on Valentine's Day, he made me feel extra special. But as I told y'all last time, this has been a road. Like this did not come to me overnight. My husband was an answered prayer after many years of prayers and just asking God for the right man to come along and really just going through my own self-love journey and my own healing journey in order to get to where I am right now. And it was just beautiful to see all of this coming into fruition and to see the fruits of my labor and to see God bring this whole thing of relationships full circle for me. So it was a blessing to be able to spend that day. And to the ladies who did not have a date, or you may have felt lovelorn or lost on Valentine's Day, I want to encourage you in this season because God is faithful. Like, he's going to do the things in your heart that need to be done. And it's never been about a man. I think when people start to realize that it's been them all along, that they are their first true loves, then they start to get rid of this notion that I need to get someone. I have to have someone. And I know y'all probably thinking, well, you married and blah, blah, blah. How can you speak? But you got to remember, your girl was single for probably 10 to 11 years. And so I was no stranger to being alone on Valentine's, never having the date, or maybe a date standing me up, or just dealing with the rigmarole of never knowing what is going to come of that day, and just always having mixed feelings and emotion, and trying to act like I didn't care and really caring. And I just went through all types of thoughts when it comes to that. And I just absolutely had to address that with you guys tonight, because it is ashamed for me the amount of years that I wasted moaning and groaning over something that did not even equate to anything. So, with that being said, no matter what kind of day you had, just know that you are loved and you are special, and that God sees you. And so do I. And did y'all get y'all rings? Okay. Did you get your rings? Did you get your necklaces? Did you do the things that I told you to do? Because this is a self-love vow. You guys have taken a vow to love yourselves for the next 6 weeks. Okay. Well, we got 5 after this week. So the weeks is dwindling away. I need y'all to get your rings. I need to get your necklaces. I need you to get something. Y'all know I went and got mine. I went and got my ring. This is my ring that's showing people an outward of showing that I am committed, dedicated to loving myself for the next 6 weeks. Okay. And jot it down real quick. But this week's homework is to buy yourself flowers. I want every single person to somehow get themselves some flowers. I know budgets may be tight and things may be, but buy yourself something. And hey, if you got the money and you want to buy some shoes instead of the flowers, buy the shoes. But this week's homework, one of the things I want you guys to do is to show yourself some love. And you may not like flowers, so buy yourself some chocolate. Okay? You might be on a strict diet, so buy yourself something else. The point is that I want you guys to do something nice for yourself. I want you to begin to get comfortable loving on you, to get comfortable celebrating you and your accomplishments and who you are as a woman. You need to become comfortable being you. Okay, that's so incredibly important that we do that for ourselves, and we begin to dig into this ourselves. Because if you don't do that during this 6 weeks, we have missed the whole point of why I started this in the first place. I truly want you guys to fall in love with yourself in the next 6 weeks in a way that you have never done before, in a way that you've only thought about, but this time you're going to do it for real. You're going to really fall in love with who you are as a woman and what you represent. Last week, we also talked a lot about identity. We talked about who we are in Christ, who we are as people, and what we have identified. We also decided that people don't define us. We decided that people don't define our character, who we are, and what we represent, and that we need to be steadfast in who we are and what God created us to be. We talked about being loved and being respected and being honored. We talked about all of those things and our attributes and who we are as people, and why that doesn't change based on the way that people treat us or perceive us. And that when we are tempted to alter who we are and we lose ourselves in relationships and love, that we can find ourselves if we dig deep. So we gave them people back their stuff last week, and we decided that we're going to define who we are and what we are, and we're no longer holding on to anything that people gave us, whether it was depression, sadness, anger, resentment, whether it was molestation, whether it was rape, whether it was domestic violence, whatever people handed us, we gave them people back they stuff, because it don't belong to us anymore. Okay? We let it go. We let it go. Frozen. Bye. Okay? See you later. It's not mine to keep no more. You can have that stuff back. And this week, I want to talk to you ladies about compatibility and love languages. Y'all, it's so important that you are compatible with your spouse. It's so important that you have things in common. It's so important that you actually like the people you're dating, that you actually like the person you're marrying, that you enjoy their company, that you have things in common with people. A lot of people say, oh, opposites attract. But I want to combat that theory today and say that likes attract. That it is not the opposite or the opposition that we see in each other that attracts us to one another, but it is the similarities and the things that we have in common that actually attract us to one another. Okay? And so I want you guys to sit with that for a minute. Think about that for just a second here, because I think that we've gotten lost and we've gotten off when it comes to that. Okay? So think about that likes actually attract. Somebody type that in for me. Likes attract and opposites repel. So if you don't have anything in common with someone, then more than likely you probably won't like them. And so you end up in these relationships with people that you don't have anything in common with, and therefore you're not compatible with them. Compatibility is important, especially in the beginning stages, in the dating, the courtship, in the get to know you, go out on dates, in that honeymoon stage. You need to be trying to find out if you are compatible. Okay? Are you compatible with that person? Okay? I'm gonna get to the love language. I know that's why y'all came, but I want to talk to y'all about a compatibility first, because you absolutely need to be compatible with your spouse. You need to be compatible with your friends. You need to be compatible with your business partnerships and your coworkers and people that you are spending your time with. And I'm not saying you can't get around people and not be compatible with them, but if you're spending a significant amount of time and you're trying to marry somebody ultimately, or be in a dating relationship where you're spending a large amount of time together, the very least thing you want to be is compatible. Okay? You at least want to like the person we with, because a lot of us don't even like people because we start liking them, or we fell for them, or we thought we had chemistry with them for all the wrong reasons. Okay? So we're going to get into it. Let's get into it. But before I get into it, let me make sure I pull all this up. Um, compatibility in relationships. So pay attention to these signs early and highly. You genuinely enjoy each other's company. You share a positive attitude toward each other. You fight instead of holding back feelings. Oh, okay. You both know how to meet in the middle. You don't force each other to change. That's a big one, y'all. You don't force each other to change. Okay? You don't force each other to change who they are in trade for other things. Because sometimes when people are not compatible with you, instead of leaving you alone, because that would be inconvenient, they want to change you into someone that they are compatible with. Or you may change who you are to be more compatible with the person that you're trying to blend with. Hey, sis, he got money, he got a good job, he got a good family, blah, blah, blah. Let me make myself more compatible with him. And so we'll go through these transformations, we'll go through these chameleon states where we transform into people that our spouses or our friend groups or business partners or coworkers may like, easier to digest. That's going back to what I said in the first part of the about your identity. You begin to compromise the very core of yourself in order to fit in and be more compatible with people. How many of you have done that? Don't leave me out here by myself, because I know I'm not the only one who have been in a position where I've had to compromise who I was to be more compatible, quote unquote, to the people or the person that I was trying to pursue or be with at that time. We're not doing that no more. That's a no-no. We are going to be with people that are compatible to who we are. I got one of my very best friends on the link with me, or on the line with me tonight. So y'all say hi to Kiana. She's over on my Girl Talk Inc. page. hopefully doing well because I haven't even checked in on her. But Kiana, if you could post the link to the compatibility quiz, because I want these ladies to take the compatibility quiz. Y'all don't have to do it now. Y'all can stay on the live with me. But if you do want to sneak over and do it, it's a compatibility quiz that you can kind of take when you're trying to gauge. And I know my married ladies, y'all probably should have been already done this. I got something coming for y'all, but y'all hang tight, stay right where you are, because there are ways to become to be able to blend this. If you are already married or if you are in a relationship pursuing someone, you need to be finding out if that person is compatible with your needs, if they're compatible with what you have going on, because too many times and too often we have compromised who we are or pretended. We have put masks on. We have played cosplay with what we really feel in order to blend into these relationships with people. And then something starts to happen. We talked about it last week a little bit of resentment, okay? A little bit of depression seeps in. A little bit of, all of those feelings begin to push in because you have presented a side of yourself that is not true. So you have to act all the time. You're uncomfortable all the time. You're always in an uproar with your emotions. You're always at war with who you are versus who that other person wants you to be, because in the very beginning of the relationship, you were never compatible in the first place. Okay? So I want you guys to really think about that as you're going into these relationships, dating wise, friendship wise, business partnership wise. If I got to pretend like I'm somebody else to be around you, then this is probably not a good friendship for me to be in. And if they're just associates and you just see them here and there, then that's, that might be okay. But if I'm going to be spending a significant amount of time with you and living life with you and doing life with you, especially in a partnership or a relationship as deep as a marriage, I need to be at the very least, like I said, compatible with you. So compatibility is so important, y'all. Say it with me: compatibility. Okay, compatibility. The term compatibility and chemistry are often used interchangeably, but they are not the same thing. A lot of people use the word loosely to try to define that thing which exists in the space between two people, the unspeakable, unseen connection. Okay? Y'all follow me on this? A lot of people try to assume that just because I got chemistry with a person, then I must be compatible with them. There's a spark that fired. I get goosebumps in my stomach. I don't care if you get goosebumps in your stomach or on your arms and you get butterflies in your stomach. That's what I meant to say. Butterflies in your stomach and you just giddy as a schoolgirl. Listen, at the end of the day, if that man is not the one, he's not the one. Okay? If they are not the one. I know they don't make sense, but let me say it again because I don't think y'all really understanding what I'm saying. Chemistry does not define compatibility, because I can have chemistry with you all day, have butterflies in my stomach, and we cannot be compatible. You can want to be a millionaire and this person is okay being a bum, but you still got chemistry. Okay, so those two things are going to collide. Okay, because if I'm trying to be successful and build a business and this person is okay with being mediocre and bare minimum, then we're going to have a problem. We are not compatible when it comes to a relationship. You get what I'm saying here? If you are a Buddhist and they are Hindu, or they are Muslim and you are Christian, and you guys are steady bumping heads about your religion and where you're from and all of those things, then that chemistry at the end of the day may not sustain you when you get into real issues. And what about if you want kids and they don't want kids? That chemistry doesn't matter when you want a child and they do not want to carry your child. Or that he wants a child for you to carry and you didn't already had kids. You have to think about that as you're getting into these relationships. Some of these things do not sustain. They absolutely just do not sustain. So when we're thinking about compatibility and we're thinking about just because chemistry is hot and I'm feeling all goosely and ooh, he just so fine, he this and that, and girl, you see his car and you know, whatever. He play basketball. I know for my older ladies, they probably ain't playing no basketball, but you know, when they're young and vibrant and they're cute, because I mean, it's some, you know, everybody has a stage in their life for what you find attractive. Just imagine someone you find attractive, but they ain't got nothing in common with you. And once that chemistry is gone, what do you have left? So you really got to think about that as you go through the motions. And give me just a second here. I'm here, y'all. Cause it's just a lot to think about. I know. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to talk about. It's just a lot because sometimes I feel like people just get into these things and they just have no idea of how heavy these small little things can affect you as you go down the line. You know, as you truly go down the line, as you truly make your way, you know, through different sections of your life. You just really never know, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I knew that's what was happening. Public. Y'all, it's a lot, you know, it's a lot when I think about all the things that the everything adds up to in one, you know, everything that I done. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I have a lot of different computers going, so I'm trying to make sure I'm getting to everybody. But what I was saying, y'all, that I'm still just really, you know, moving through the thought process of compatibility. But I want y'all to know that even when you're not compatible with someone and you're in a relationship, that's not the end of the day. Don't stay there and try to force them to be compatible or you try to conform to them. It's better when it's just easy. Relationships, when they're easy, they just are. And you really don't know how easy relationships can be until you get into one that is actually easy and not hard and a struggle. So I want you guys to really start to think about that and really meditate on that because life is too short for you to spend your time with people who are not compatible with you or people who don't match you, people who don't have anything in common with you. So I want you guys not to sit in that place. And as healed women, we don't belong in relationships like that. And I bought my tea with me today, and I have a special mug, y'all, that one of my really good friends, she has an Etsy store, and she sent me this mug, and it has one of my quotes on it. It says, "It's not selfish to love yourself, take care of yourself, and to make your happiness a priority. It's necessary." I absolutely love this, and it has my name on it, y'all. And I have one of these and also a journal that I'm going to give away to you guys in a giveaway. So y'all stay tuned because I'm definitely doing a giveaway. This one is mine, but I have an extra one that she sent me and also a journal that I'm going to give away on next week. But we're going to sign up for the raffle this week, but I'm going to give it away next week. So y'all got to come back, okay, to see if you won the prize. But I'm so excited about it. And this is the journal. I haven't opened the one I'm going to give you guys, of course, but this is the cute journal that it comes with. And then you'll also get a mug. Okay. So I'm very excited about that. I can't wait. But it's going to be good, y'all. So I'm going to get into this a little bit deeper, y'all. Let's talk about um, physical compatibility, intellectual compatibility, and what else we got on here? Emotional compatibility. Sometimes people may be connected with you on a physical level, but they may not connect to you spiritually. They may be connected to you spiritually, but physically, you're not touching. So you want to make sure everything lines up. I know that sounds like something out of a book, but y'all, there are people in this world that are compatible with you and they hit on every level. And when I ran into my husband, I can't believe I did that. God is in that with me. Like, it was a miracle. It was amazing, I felt. But the more I got into looking at good men and good people and people that I was attracting after I healed, I realized that the reason why everybody in my life was crappy people is because I was not loving myself well. But the moments I began to love myself and feel myself on a different level of a man, a different level of people begin to come into my aura, begin to come into my space. I began to attract better human beings because I was better. So you got to think about it from that point of view, y'all. The more you heal, the more you come in tune with who you are as a woman, and the more that you begin to listen to your heart instead of forcing things, you will begin to attract better people. I promise you. I promise you, you will. So so I want you guys to think about that as you're going into relationships, and you're thinking about in the next couple of weeks as you guys go. I want you guys to really think about what relationships you have right now that are compatible, and what relationships that you're in that are not compatible, and do something about it. Don't just sit in it. Don't just let it meditate or just let it marinate. You need to do something about it and take action. Okay? So that's just a nugget I wanted to drop to y'all. So if y'all in that's what you need to be doing this week. The next thing I want to talk about is love languages. Y'all knew I was coming. I'm so excited about love languages, y'all, because love languages really define who you are as a person. The term love languages came from a professor, y'all. Hold on here. Let me get all my, if I can move this. Yes, I can. I want to say Dr. Henry McLeod. I want to make sure. Oh no, Gary Chapman. Sorry, I said the wrong doctor, y'all. Forgive me. It's Gary Chapman. So a doctor by the name. He's actually a pastor, y'all. And then he's a therapist and a pastor. That's like a double. That's gonna be me. So y'all, that's gonna be me. I'm gonna be speaking God's truth and also gonna be a licensed therapist. So I'm gonna have the best of both worlds. If you guys don't know, I have a biblical background from Rhema, and also my undergrad was from Southwest Baptist University. So I'm very well versed. And when it comes to, hey Melissa, hey Lexi, I'm so sorry I haven't acknowledged everybody in the comments, y'all. Keep commenting and say hi. You have to click on the StreamYard app, I believe, to be able to look at me on StreamYard. Some of the comments I can't see. I'm going to go over here just to make sure I'm not missing anybody that's commenting at me today. Um, let's see here. Yeah, there I am. Okay, y'all. I can see y'all. I can't hear you right now, but I can definitely see you. And so hey y'all, hey Melissa, hey Lexi. But love language, y'all. It was first created by counselor and pastor Gary Chapman, unpacked in a book, in a series of books, and picked up by many others. But he came up with a theory of love languages, and basically that is how you love people. How you receive love and how you give love is through your love language. So you can speak in a language, but how do you love? So he came up with the idea that you can love in languages as well. And there are love languages, five main love languages that we operate out of, and I want to talk about them today. Kiana, if you there, can you type them in the comments for me? I don't even know that I can see all of the stuff that's going on over there. I'm sorry. But the first one is words of affirmation, which are words that empower and impact you. So the first one is words of affirmation. That is the very first love language. The second one is acts of service, that you enjoy acts of service, that you enjoy people doing things for you, maybe washing dishes or cooking dinner for you. I'm giving you scenarios that happen within, romantic relationships, because you can also have love languages within your friendships as well. So you enjoy acts of service. Maybe somebody washed your car for you, they mowed the lawn, they took out the trash, something that is an act of service towards you. That is how you feel and experience love from other people. That is when you mostly feel love, when people are doing acts of service. The third one is gifts. Gifts, is pretty self-explanatory. When you receive gifts, when you get gifts, you feel love when people give you things. I definitely am a gifts kind of girl. I'm also words of affirmation, so I kind of go between gifts and words of affirmation. So when people give me things or affirm me and say things about my business or what I'm doing, I feel so good. It makes me motivated to just keep going on. So you guys may be able to relate. Number four is quality time. Quality time. We enjoy spending time with each other. You enjoy people being in your space or being around you or going on dates or going to the movies, just sitting and hanging out. You don't have to have a gift. You don't have to have them do anything. Just being with you, spending time with you, acknowledging you, not on the phone, not texting, not distracted, but just really spending time talking or with you, being with you in your space, quality time. And then the fifth one is physical touch. A lot of men love physical touch, but there are women who, I did a survey, a little quick survey on my main page yesterday, and I asked women, what is your love language? And a couple of them said physical touch. So I was happy to see that some women have said physical touch and they have indulged in that too, because physical touch is so important in relationships and to continue relationships, and especially if that's how your spouse is feeling loved and you are withholding that physical touch, then you're going to have a problem in relationships. Okay, so you need to tap into that. So with that, I left a quiz. I want you guys to go take the love language quiz, and you can look it up on Google, but I have a link for you. I don't know if Kiana, if you can post that link. If you can't, it's okay. We won't even worry. We'll post it later on, but I'll post the link from the quiz, but you guys can go take that quiz at any time, and figure out what your love language is and why it's how you perceive love. But the love language preferred by most people, believe it or not, is quality time. It's the top one for women is quality time, and the most likely one at the top for men, of course, is physical touch. But that's just a little information. I'm not saying that has to be anybody's, but whatever yours is, type it in the chat. What is your love language? Type in the chat what your love language is and what and how you operate. If you got two of them, type two in. I just want to see what everybody's love language is and what they kind of represent for their love language. Because y'all, love languages is so important because men, let me tell you, they love you wrong. They will love you so wrong. And you may not even know why you're being loved wrong because you don't know what your love language is. And people are just out here blindly touching and hoping that they're gonna get you right. Like, do you want to live life like that in a relationship with someone and they have no idea how to love you and you don't know how have any idea how to tell them to love you? Okay. So it's very important. Okay, Melissa said physical touch, quality time, keep the gifts, but cuddle me. Yes, yes, I love a good cuddle. I like some gifts too, sis, especially a bag. I like a good bag, okay? I like a nice bag, and I definitely like to be cuddled. Okay. And so, yeah, so I like a nice bag and I like to be cuddled. But love languages are so incredibly important because we don't want to be out here being loved wrong. We don't want to be out here with people who have no idea what they're doing when it comes to us. So love languages is very important, ladies, to begin to see and touch on who you are. Knowing your love language allows you to meet their needs. It allows people to meet your needs in a realistic way and not in a way that they're kind of like feeling around in the dark. I feel like when you are in a relationship with someone and they don't know your love language, they are literally feeling around in the dark. And it is a huge breakdown when it comes to communication. We'll get into communication next week a lot, but in order to even touch the base of communication, you need to know how to communicate with them or what frequency you're operating on for the communication. You don't even know my phone number, so I can't even talk to you if you don't know my love language. Okay, let me say that again. When people don't know your love language, they don't even know your phone number. They don't even know how to reach you. Okay, so people start talking about we need to communicate, we need to do this. How can they communicate with you and they don't even know how to reach you? They don't even know how to get in contact with you because they don't know what your love language is. And that is how important it is to know your love language, is because people literally don't even know how to reach you when they don't know your love language. So a lot of people think that love languages need to happen way down the line. They need to happen 7, 8, 9, 10 months into dating, or maybe a year. No, ma'am. These are things that we need to start discussing dating. Third, fourth date, really getting serious about someone, you really spending a lot of time with them. You need to figure out, how am I loving you? What do you need from me? And if people aren't even asking those fundamental questions, then they're probably not worth your time anyway. They really need to be asking that. Ladies, if you're already married, if you've been in a long-term relationship, if you've already gotten deep into things, you can still go back and take this quiz and ask these fundamental questions of, what is your love language? How can I love you properly? What can I do to extend this relationship for us? And you will see leaps and bounds of improvement in your relationships, and not just marital relationships, not just dating relationships, but you'll see improvements in your friendships with your coworkers and your children, because children truly are loved a certain way as well. Sometimes we are loving our kids wrong. Okay, moms. Sometimes as parents, we are loving our children wrong. Okay, and we haven't even thought about the process of how we're loving them. So you really need to dig into what that love language may be and how can I love you the proper way. Okay? So it's such a broad, it's a big topic, it's a big thing to talk about, but I think people become so lost in how they want to give love. They get so comfortable in the way that they give love that they don't stop to investigate how people want to receive the love that they're giving. And I think that a lot of men, or a lot of people, I'm not going to say men, I probably feel like I'm picking on men if you guys are on here, but a lot of times we get in relationships with people and we do all of this stuff. We buy them gifts, we do this and that and the third, but then they don't like any of the stuff. They're always frustrated with you, and you can't figure out why. Well, I did this and this for you. You're so ungrateful, and they start to resent you because they've done all of these things for you, but all you really wanted was a hug. They bought you purses and chocolates and took you on vacations and showed you off and done all of these things, but really, truly in your heart, you just wanted a hug. You just wanted them to cut the yard. I just wanted you to take out the trash. I just wanted, some quality time, a movie night, and you've done all of these other things, and this is not the stuff that I want. So it is important that people know when and how they are loving you, and that we don't get hooked on the way that we feel comfortable loving people, and we love them that way, and then we get angry with them when they're not taking what we're giving them. Well, this is all I got. Well, it's time for you to change, because they don't like the gifts. They want a hug, or they don't like all the hugs. Maybe they want a gift, or maybe they want, something more. They want physical touch, whether that's all the way up to sex, to holding their hands, to whatever the case may be. When it comes to physical touch, they want that from you. They don't want you to cut the yard all the time. Sometimes they want you in the bedroom, whatever the case may be. We need to figure out what people want and stop blindly getting into these relationships with people and forcing them to take the love that we give them and telling them to sit down and shut up. Because essentially that's what you're doing when you completely ignore what people are telling you about yourselves. So anyway, I'm gonna give y'all some time to process that and really start to think about that when it comes to love languages, and think about, have you been loving your spouse wrong? Has your spouse been loving you wrong? In your past relationships going forward, what will you do different? And your new relationships that you begin to form, how will you find out and get in touch with how you can love people the right way, and how can you express to people how you need and deserve to be loved as well? Okay, so it's a lot to unpack with that. I know I said a lot to you ladies, but I really want you guys to get a hold and catch a hold to the things that I'm saying to you tonight, because it's so important, it's so deep, that you guys understand that you are worth loving the right way. Some of us have been mismanaged and mangled so badly when it comes to relationships that they're just happy that somebody looked their way. But we ain't taking it. That's bare minimum, bottom of the barrel, below the belt type of love. We're not taking that anymore. We're taking love that is rehearsed, thought out, cared about, meditated on, whatever you want to think about it. But we need people who care and are intentional. We need intentional love poured on us for the rest of our lives. I know that this class is only a 7-week class, but for the rest of our lives, we need people to pour out on us in a way that is going to change and elevate us. And if people are not elevating you, changing you, or causing you to do something different in your life, then they don't need to be in your life. Truly, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, stop accepting that type of second class love from people, because you deserve better and you will get better. You will get better because you deserve better. Okay? So as you're going through and, like I said, thinking about compatibility, as we talked about before, and you're thinking about your relationships in the love languages that you have possessed, I want you really to focus on that in the next weeks to come and how you're operating in your relationships. Because as we go into communication next week, your love language is going to be very important, because before, like I said, if they don't know your love language, they don't even know how to reach you. So we can't even talk about how they communicate because they don't even know how to reach you. Okay? Listen, we got to do better and think about that for yourself. So, ladies, just stay with me. I hope y'all enjoying this. Are y'all getting something out of this? Are y'all learning something? Are you guys enjoying what I'm saying? Are y'all loving this as much as I do? I absolutely love, like I always say this, and I say it over and over while I'm doing this podcast, is that I absolutely love doing the vow. I absolutely love talking to y'all. I like pouring my heart, and I'm just really here to truly share my self-love journey with you women. And men, if you guys are listening too. But that is my goal, is to share my life lessons with you guys, so you guys can know and understand what I've been through to get to where I am. It was not an easy road to really discover who and what God called me to be. But in the process, after finding out, like, hey, Nora, you don't have to live a defeated, folded, messed up life, that you can be on top. You don't have to be below, but you can be above. It really took me to come out of who I was and what I was doing to really embrace the woman that I am right now. And not only to embrace it for myself, but to go back and get other people. I think it takes another level of healing when you not only heal yourself and heal the broken pieces of you, but to actually take that to the next level and go back and pick up other people. So this is the train. I am here to pick you guys up. I am here to help you elevate yourself in the next 6 weeks to another level of thinking, another level of feeling, and another way of being. Because there is truly goodness out here for you ladies in relationships. Believe me, there is goodness for you in a friendship. There is goodness for you in a dating relationship. There is goodness for you in a marriage. Even if you were in a broken marriage, there is still hope for you. So I am just here to cheer you on and give you tools that you can use in your life that will help you elevate yourself to the very next level, because God is in this thing with you. You are never alone. You are not alone in your loneliness. I know that sounds crazy, but you are never alone in your loneliness. You always have an advocate. You always have someone standing in the gap for you. It's so crazy that when I go through these really stormy events in life and things happen and I'm just so downtrodden, that God will literally send people along my path. I want to challenge you ladies to start praying that God sends someone in your path that will bless you. And even if it's through this video that you're watching, and even if it's through the things that I'm saying to you tonight, I hope that goodness begins to come to you. That if you have been on a bad streak, that it ends today. that everything begins to change for you, that life begins to do something to you that it hasn't done in a long, long time, that things begin to be good, that you smile more, that you get out and you do things that you said you want to do, that you get out and challenge things that people have told you no about, that you get out and go to school, that you enroll in those classes, that you buy that new car, you sell your car, you buy the house that you've been dreaming about, you go call that guy and go out on that freaking date. You do those things that you said you were going to be. Stop being scared. Yes. I'm from the Midwest. I know everybody in here is not from Oklahoma. I'm from Oklahoma. Y'all, I'm country. I'm from Oklahoma, and I say scared with 2 R's. Stop being scared, okay? Stop being a scary cat. Okay, my little brother and sister used to say, you scary, Nora, you scary. Y'all scary. Stop being scary and go out and do the things that you know you can do. Get out and do the things that you know you can do. You are worth it. You are worthy. I don't care if you is from a little country town. I don't care where you're from. I don't care if you're from the big city or country town. I don't care if you're from wherever, overseas. You can't understand nothing I'm saying and you translating. You can do it. Everything that you need, you already have. Everything that you need to do, everything you need to be, you already got it inside of you. It was given to you when you were born. That power you got, that talent you got, everything you got is already within you. Okay? I'm just giving you tools that's going to help you succeed on a level that you have not been able to succeed on before. And I just know that the devil attacks people through relationships. That relationships will take you down and make you lose your identity and who you are for years. Some of us haven't been in relationships that took away a decade because we ain't lived long enough. We ain't been alive long enough to be in a decade-long relationship. But some of us do know how it feels to dedicate your life to someone and they tragically strip you of everything you have, and then you have to go back and rebuild. People, that is pain that you have to recover for. And I want to speak to divorced women for just a second because you guys have been on my heart. And I'm not divorced. I've never been divorced, but I'm the child and the prodigy of a divorce. I want to say to you that you're not forgotten. That God has not forgotten about your broken heart. He has not forgotten about those broken promises that that man did to you or that woman did to you. He has not forgotten about who and what you are and that you are still worthy. That you are not what happened to you. You are not what those people said to you or did to you. That you are worthy of a new relationship. And that you did not mess up your life. That you simply turned the chapter on a part of your life that needed to end. That you are chosen and you are not forgotten about. And then I want to speak to single women. I want to speak to single women who are not dating and feel like that man ain't coming no time, never. I know exactly where you're at. And a lot of times people say, oh, I know what you mean, and they don't know what you mean. I really know what you mean. I've walked in the shoes for 11 years, y'all. Single, okay? Single, not single like these days, single where you got somebody but you ain't telling nobody or it's complicated. I mean like single. For real single, like phone dry, going to bed at 9:30 because ain't nobody calling. Ain't nobody flirting. Single. I know where you're at. Do not get desperate. Do not give up. Remember the things that you promised yourself and also remember what God promised you. I'm not saying that everybody on this call is a Christian or everybody on my podcast or who will hear my voice knows the voice of God. But if you don't know, God has a perfect plan for each and every one of our lives. And his plan does not involve you being sorrowful, sad, depressed, and upset. So if he knows that a man is the desire of your heart or a partner is the desire of your heart and you desire a relationship, then it's coming. Because he always wants what's best for you. Sit on that. Sit in that. Sit in he knows what's best for you. He has you covered. He got your back. That you're never alone. Alone, but not lonely. Set apart, but still whole. Don't give up. on what God promised you. It is coming. That's my message to women who are single and waiting, to women who are healing from damaged relationships. That was not the end. That was the beginning. It ended for a reason. And that was just a season. That was just a season you had to go through to get to where you are now. That was a part of the healing process. But the love is coming. God, I thank you for the women that are hearing my voice. I thank you for the women that are going to hear this and move on to the level and say, thank God that I stopped in to hear Coach Nora. God, I just thank you right now for letting me be a vessel to the women that are going to be healed from hearing my voice tonight. That they are no longer in a dry season. That this will be a season of overflow and abundance. This will be a bamboo season for women. A season where they will look up and they won't even begin to recognize themselves. They will have to check mirrors to see who they are talking to, because they will not even recognize the confidence, the self-esteem, the elevation that has happened, because it will take place so quickly that it's going to be an all of a sudden change. That something is going to snap, that they're going to have a road to Damascus experience. And that all of that pain and that hurt and that anguish and that jealousy and resentment and frustration and shyness and coyness and hate will be washed away. And that God, as they give all of this crap back to the people that gave it to them, that you leave them with peace. Peace. That peace that surpasses all understanding, that they are able to sit and journal. That they are able to sit in any room and be comfortable in their very own skin. That they no longer feel inadequate or imperfect or out of place. That they will move rooms to them. You are healed. You are whole. You are respected, and you are a dignified woman. People will call on you for decades to come and as an example of what their daughters should be. That is the impact that your healing is going to have on your circle, your environment, your community. That you mattered and that you showed up for, yes, your friends, yes, your children, yes, your husband, but more importantly, that you showed up for you, that you showed up for yourself, that you made it work for you, because you truly are the most important part of your story. Everything starts with you. It started with you and it will end with you. Everything in between is just stuff. Until you begin to value you as a person and what God created you to be, His perfect workmanship, then you do not know God's love until you love yourself. People tell me, Nora, this is cocky to talk about self-love. This is cocky to talk about not helping others. No, I'm talking about boundaries. Okay? I'm talking about placing boundaries. I'm talking about putting boundaries up. I'm talking about going to therapy. I'm talking about going to the gym. I'm talking about doing things for yourself that absolutely matter. Hey, Kiana, I'm seeing that love language quiz pop up. Thank you so much, y'all. If y'all go to the comments, y'all see the love language quiz is popping up. It's on there. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know if the one on my page is even showing, and I hate to even say that. But it may not even be showing. It might have been on private or something. I don't know, y'all. I'm so sorry. I might just have to reveal this later. But I hope that every woman that came on this live heard me and knew me, what I said. when it comes to your love languages and what I said about you as people. You guys are so important. Okay. I went through so much to get to you guys. And I say this on every video, but I want you guys to know that it takes a lot of preparation and time that I pour into absolutely loving you ladies. You know, you guys are my favorite part of life. One of my favorite parts of life is doing what I do with my organization. Of course, my first part is my husband, and my second part are my beautiful children in my family. Okay, I have a very big family. I have 13. My mom had 13 kids, and I'm lucky number 7. So I've come from a very large family, y'all. And so I very much value family and friendships and just relationships, period. I just love friendships. And within that sphere, if I'm talking about friendships and relationships with people, I have 6 sisters, y'all. And I just love sisterhood. There's something about a sister that propels and perpetuates through. Oh my God, I'm just getting teary eyed because I just love my sisters so much. They have been a rock for me in the darkest of times, y'all. And I have sisters too that are not related to me. So how lucky am I that I had 6 biological sisters, and then God sent like these incredible women in my life to be sisters to me. And oh my goodness, I'm just getting teary eyed because I am so sick of the narrative that women need to be at war with each other, and they do not need to be. They need to be loving on each other in ways that we cannot I cannot even explain, y'all, the amount of love that my sisters have showed to me. Oh my goodness, it just literally brings tears to my eyes to know that I have built sisterhoods across um through my time, spent doing girl talk in schools, in different relationships, but just absolutely my biological sisters. We all lost our mom in November, and just the way that they've shown up for each other and for me in these last couple of months has been nothing short of a miracle, nothing short of a blessing, nothing short of just saying, thank you, God, that I had sisters, that I had people around me that love me that much. And so I just want you guys to know, like, get into relationships where people love you. Get into relationships where people care about you. Get into relationships where people honor you and respect you. Get into relationships where people love you. Because truly anything outside of that is a waste of time. Once you've been loved right and correctly and in a way that you need to be, you don't take second class love. And I know some of us have taken it in our younger years, or we may currently be taking it, because I always say that age truly does not define people, because maturity can be 21 or it can be 41. It can be 51. It can be 61. And here I am snotting and crying on here about my sisters and my very best friends. I just love you guys. But I really want people to know, when you stop settling for BS, okay? And you put that B in that S wherever you want to put it. Y'all know exactly where it go. I want you guys to know, when you stop settling for BS, when you stop settling for any old kind of love, and you start to do the healing work and the work that it takes on your heart and your mind and your spirit to become better, you will begin to track better. Anybody won't be able to step to you. Okay? You won't just be attracting and be around any old body. People won't have to apply. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of a word, they're going to have to apply to be around you. They're not going to just be able to show up in your atmosphere. You're going to have boundaries. You're going to have limits. You're going to have things set in place to keep those things away from you. But even when you're doing it, you also have to, don't forget about, to live limitless too. It's a sticky situation, because you also want to make sure that you're not missing anything, that you're not missing out on what God has for you. And I'm looking at myself in the camera, y'all, and I'm just amazed at what God is doing. Like, my size, like, I shrunk. If you guys don't know, like, this is crazy, y'all, and like, this is not on my script at all, but I lost 80 pounds, okay? And I just turned into this different woman, okay, that fits inside camera frames, okay? And I'm seeing myself on this camera and I'm just shocked, y'all. The shirt that I have on is a large, okay? And I used to wear 4X, okay? And it blows my mind every single time I get and see myself, because I'm dealing with some body dysphoria. I've got to be, because I do not recognize this woman. You know, it's just so crazy. I listen to the playback of my videos, and it's me talking, it's me on this healing journey, it's me saying these things to you guys, but it's just so, it's crazy to see what God can do. And like, it wasn't just about the physical weight that I dropped, y'all. It was the emotional, it was the mental, it was everything. And I came here authentically. I came here being my 100 authentic self, and whatever's coming out is going to come out, because I think that's what women need to hear. People need to hear something real, because we've already heard all the fake, made up, played on, plastered on. I barely made it here. That's what I need to hear. People need to see the real you. People need to know the truth about who you are. Y'all buried my mother 2 months ago. I hadn't been out in forever. I've been deep in the trenches of depression. Deep in depression. And still showing up to life as a shell of myself. Here but not here. Whole but halved. But God, oh my God. But God is so faithful. And He will rock the core of whatever you're going through. Whatever you're in, wherever you've been, and where you're headed to, remember that God is faithful. And He will rock the core of whatever you are going through, and He will bust that thing wide open and give you glory. And He will give you peace. He will give you whatever you need. I needed confidence. I needed some self-esteem. I needed to know that I was worth it and that I could do what God told me to do. So being here, showing up to this live, and having you women on here is a part of me doing what God called me to do. And I feel incredible. Oh my God. It feels good to walk in your calling. It feels the peace that surpasses all understanding. So I'm encouraging you ladies to walk in your calling, to take this vow to yourself, and to do the things that you need to do to heal. Okay? Do the things that you need to do to heal. And that is my show. I know, I can't believe it's about to be over. And I want y'all to, Kiana, if you could post that Etsy link again, y'all. So this is my challenge for y'all this week. I want you guys to like and share this video to your pages to be entered into the raffle. Share it as many times as you want to. Share it all over the place. Every share and every person who shares this video will be entered into my raffle for this cup. It's a mug. It's not this mug. The mug that I have is wrapped up. I ain't drunk out of it. I know. Y'all ain't gonna get y'all drunk off a mug. No, I'm just playing. I know y'all know that I wouldn't do that. But I'm gonna give y'all a mug and a journal. Where's my journal? Okay, here's the journal. This is the journal. Okay, and I'm gonna ship that to whoever. And then this is the mug. And it says, it's not selfish to love yourself, take care of yourself, and to make happiness your priority. It's necessary. So the Etsy store that I bought this from is Queen Behavior. And if you guys go to the Etsy store, that she has a storefront, and it's called Queen Behavior. And if y'all go there, she makes all kind of creative little things you guys can order for your business. This is a plug, okay? She's amazing, but she sent all this stuff to me as a gift, and I'm gonna gift you guys with it. She sent one for myself and one for me to gift you guys. So I'm gonna gift you guys whoever wins this giveaway. So all you got to do is share the video. And once you share it, make sure to share it publicly so I can see you. And then next week on the live, I'm going to gift a lucky lady or fella, because I know some fellas is on here, with this mug and a journal, and I'll send it to wherever I need to send it to. So anyway, I love you guys, and I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. I absolutely love doing this. I need y'all to do y'all homework this week, which I had it written down. And of course, my computer logged me out, y'all. I think Kiana posted the links for me. If you guys go in the story, I know my YouTubers probably can't see it, and I probably don't have anybody over there anyway. But if you guys watch it on rebroadcast and y'all see it, I'll go back over there and link the homework. I'll link the Etsy store, and also everything else that I talked about tonight there too. Okay, so listen to me closely, you guys. I need you guys to go to my website and register for part 3. Okay, it is girltalkinc.info. Okay, girltalkinc.info /events, but you can find that when you get there. But you need to register for week 3. Please register for week 3, because I need your email addresses so I can email you guys homework. I can stay in contact with you throughout the year, and then I can check in on you guys. You guys can check in on me. You can see all the things that I have coming up in the future, all the different podcast topics we're going to be talking about, everything girl talk, everything the vow, because I plan on doing an ebook for the vow and actually publishing a book for the vow. So I want you guys to see all of that coming up, but you got to stay, you got to like my page, share this stuff, stay connected to the group. But the best way to do that is by subscribing to my website so you can get everything. I email on there all the time to where it's ridiculous, and people probably thinking, stop emailing me, Nora. But anyway, I do it. So I love you guys, and I thank you so much for tuning in. If this was great to you and you found something that you love, please share it, tell a friend. And it's a Friday night, and I want you guys to know it's not lost on me that you spend your Friday nights with me, at least an hour and a half or an hour with me on Fridays to listen in to what I have to say and to hopefully be really changing your life in this season. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys next week as we do part 3 of the vow. We're talking about communication, okay? I love you, ladies. Thank you so much again for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this hour, because I definitely got my life. All right. I hope I get to talk to the lucky winner next week. All right. Y'all have a good night. Bye.